Good morning, folks. Ken Ring of www.predictweather.com. It's the 30th of April. We're just after full moon now, and it's technically the phase known as the waning gibbous. It sets at 8:30 a.m. in the southwest, and it rises again at 6:30 p.m. in the southeast, if you're in this southern hemisphere here. And as you can see in the model, as I depict the model, the moon is always at the highest point in the sky. So that's actually how it will look at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. And it's right above our heads because it's in the south of the world. But watch what happens during the day. See, here's the sun coming up. It hasn't risen yet in the model. And the sun will be rising here when the moon's over here just starting to set. Now, when the sun is at the midpoint in the sky, because it's nearly getting into winter and it's low in the sky, in the northern sky, but look, the moon hasn't dipped too far below the horizon, that's in the middle of the day, and as the sun goes down and it approaches midnight, and here's the moon coming up, and it'll be just after midnight at its highest point. You see what happened there? The moon didn't go too far below the horizon during the day. Now that is really interesting, because what it means, well, of course, if you're in the northern hemisphere, it goes way below the horizon, but down here it means the air tide, which is the volume of air that follows the moon as the moon transits around, the air tide doesn't go way out, because the moon is sitting close just below the horizon, and that means it's not letting a whole lot of the sun's heat in during the daytime, because that's when the moon is down there. It's not letting a whole lot of the sun's heat in because it's still got a lot of air in the way, even though the sun might be out, which is why we've got cooler days at the moment, even when it's sunny, especially when the sun goes behind a cloud. So, don't be fooled. Just because it's a sunny day, don't think it's going to be really hot. So make sure kids have protective gear. Now it's going to be the highest in our sky on Sunday in the southern hemisphere, when it will be rising at 25 degrees south in terms of latitude on a world map. It's only 22 at the moment. And of course it's turning cold. Snow is coming, where there's rain in the south, it'll turn to snow. Frost in the southern and the high places where there isn't rain. And that's what we're coming into. So the coldest times in May, they're going to be the first and the last weeks. As we said yesterday, there's going to be a bit of damage to some orchards, I think. I'm expecting snow on the 4th and the 19th to the 22nd, 24th to the 26th, and the 28th to the 31st. Sunshine hours, they're just going to be average during May, but I think they're going to be below average in the South Island. So it's going to be a cloudier month for them. We're all going to be cooler than average, and I think the end of May is also going to bring some early snow. The weather fronts, they're going to be more active on the east of the North Island during May, in the centre of both islands, and also the east and the south of the South Island. But the west coasts, they're going to be relatively more settled. If you're a fisherman, the highest tides, they're going to be around these couple of days now, so the first of the month, and then right in the middle of the month, the 14th to the 17th, and then the 27th to the 30th at the end of the month. And the smallest tidal variation, that's going to be around the 6th to the 8th. In the second half of the month, I'm expecting low rainfall over the country, and unusual cold, but there will be some dumps, I think, which will alleviate the droughts up in Northland. And if you're a gardener and you want to do some pruning or spraying, those downward energies of the moon, which is the best time to do that kind of thing, any above ground activities, that's going to be between the 3rd and the 13th of the month, also a couple of days at the end on the 30th, but between the 3rd and the 13th for pruning, and for upward energies, when this time for planting or for spraying or for root nourishment, weeding, that's going to be between the 17th and the 27th. So a good long spell there to be doing some planting activities down here in the southern hemisphere. And if you're harvesting stuff, the best time is going to be between the 8th and the 10th just a little wee window there if you want things to preserve and have a longer shelf life. Thanks for watching, Ken Ring, and I hope I see you tomorrow.